Hello everybody, this is Tina with Taz's Treasures, and today we have day 5 of the Crafty Advent Calendar. Let's open it up and take a look, and let's see, day 5. Day 5 is right there. Okie doke. Let's see what we have. Come on, be something good. Ooh, that's kind of cute. I'm going to assume that's a die. Yes, it is. At least this one, I know what it is today. We have floral. Almost looks like a peacock floral, doesn't it? Kind of cute. Got a couple little things there. So, I'm going to put this off to the side. And let's open these up and see what we've got. Tiny little die set, but we're going to make it work. And look at that. Okay, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dies today. And some of these have multiple things on them, like that one and that one. That one there. I assume these are like centers of the flowers. This might be there. Got to figure that out. That shouldn't be too hard compared to yesterday. At least I do know what these are. So let me think about this for a little bit, and I will be back before you know it. Due to the power of editing, I'll be back momentarily, and we will make a card. So let's go. Well, I went ahead and I die cut a bunch of these florals out of some Canton XL watercolor paper, and I've got them on a Brutus Monroe stick and stamp mat. And what I'm going to do is use some Tim Holtz watercolor pencils, distress watercolor pencils, and we are going to watercolor these. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them, but we're gonna see what works on our cards. I have got a water brush here, and I'm gonna start with the yellow so I don't have to worry too much. Start with yellow and then go for browns. We're just gonna go ahead, and I am going to try to lift color right off the tip of my pencil here and get that nice, and hopefully get some color. Just gonna kind of slap it on. This is the middle of our florals here, and they've got a little center that pops out. I'm not really worried about that. Now we got this little center as well with no texture. I'm not sure if that's supposed to go behind these, but I'm not worried about it. And because I'm not sure if it goes behind or where it's going, I'm just going to leave it out. Because even if like I'm painting these pink, if we get some pink behind here, I don't care. It'll still look fine. I think it'll look fine anyway. And if the little centers don't pop out, that's okay too. So we'll just go from there and put this to the side, and yeah, clean our brush a little bit, get that color off, and go. Let's see. And now I said I was going to use some browns. Well, this is Wild Honey. We're going to use this on this little spot here. So that's pretty color. I'm not sure what color these are in nature, but I seem to recall them being like a dried floral when I've seen them. I don't know, maybe. And we're going to use the darker brown on the piece that comes out the top of them. Come and get that. And this is Gathered Twigs. And I don't think I've used this color yet on anything. It's a nice pretty brown. I don't know how pretty it's showing up with the way I'm just slapping color on it. You can't really even see the outline of it because of the way, you know, it just kind of slapped on there. It's kind of hard to see. You'll see it really good when I put it on the card, which I have not decided what kind of background I'm going to use yet. Okay, for these, they're going to be, I have a wilted violet and shaded lilac. So I think shaded lilac for here. Let's make sure there's no color on there. So yeah, I thought about blue, but I don't know. I just went towards the violet colors instead. Well, this is a very, very blue violet, this shaded lilac. I don't know. You could say it's blue with purple, or you could say it's purple with blue. I think it's more blue with purples. That doesn't look really good there, does it? I hope. Let's try to, I'm like splattering it. That looks a little better. I guess I could have put water on these to begin with. I don't know that we'd have got as intense color if I would have watered these first, you know, just a little bit of, we'll mist them. That'll soak some water in. Now that I splattered everything accidentally. Well, I hope your Thanksgiving was perfect, which was probably a week ago. Well, it was more than a week ago for me too, but it's the last meaningful thing I probably did, as far as, you know, seeing all the family, doing all the cooking. My husband did a lot of the cleaning, though. God love him. All I had to do was worry about cooking and not so much cleaning. Hell, oh, excuse me. He even cleaned up after dinner, which he does a lot because I like to sit and have a glass of wine after all that. And he gets right up and starts cleaning. And I'm like, well, if you want to do that, fine. But this year, I got ill after I ate. I just wasn't feeling good. It was not my cooking. So yeah, I did feel better as the night went on. But I didn't feel real good. So I didn't even eat my entire plate. And he just stepped up again like he always does and took care of everything for me. So I'm very blessed. And I was very blessed to have, you know, 2 of my 3 children here with their spouses. My other one decided it was too much work to go to 2 houses every year. And I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, I'm lucky that my other 2 children come here regardless. Yeah, that needs more water, doesn't it? Need to dilute that a bit more. Very pretty purple. I want to try to get the color inside the textured piece parts. And this is not staying stuck down for whatever reason. Not a big deal. You can use my finger to hold it down. Yeah, there we go with that. But yeah, for Christmas, my daughter's doing it this year, so I don't have to worry about cooking or anything. We're just gonna have to drive all the way over there, which is fine. There we go. A lot more water on this one. You can tell when we get more water, it's easier to get in the textured spot, the embossed spots. Anyhow, yeah, I kind of wish we could have Thanksgiving like twice a year. I'm probably the only one who feels that way. But it's like to have delicious sides that I've been eating since, you know, for 5 days now. You know, cook once and then reheat for 5 days. Can't beat that. I always make way too much food because I like to have plenty of leftovers. I want to make sure I send plenty home with the kids, and I want to make sure I have plenty for myself, because I want to have at least enough for, you know, all day Friday, Black Friday. And if I get any more beyond that, that's just, that's gravy. No pun intended. Is that even a pun? I don't know. I think there might be another word for that. Come on, get in there, purple. This one's still so light. Try to darken that up just a little bit. I don't think it makes much difference, though. Yeah, it doesn't. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, let's, when are we going to move on to the pink? Yeah, I think we'll move on to pink. And then green. I have two greens we're going to try. I mean, I could probably use multiple colors on a lot of these just to get even more texture, but I'm really not that ambitious. I'm thinking just cutting out this many dies with these tiny little dies, that's ambitious enough for me. And yeah, this, I think I probably should have wet these more if you wanted a lighter, more pastel color. Instead, we're getting some more vibrancy. Of course, I say that now. When it dries, they're probably going to dry back, or yeah, the color will fade back just like anything. Oh, look at that, all that water there. Let that one dry a little bit, come back to it, get a little bit more color on it. But yeah, this is the kind of color I'm talking about. Right for this one, I think the way the color goes on, and yet we're getting plenty of water on our watercolor, so you can tell it's getting some of that watercolor texture more. And if I didn't mention, this is worn lipstick. And I should use these watercolor pencils even more than I do. But I forget about watercoloring a lot for some stupid reason. I don't know why. I have a Zig Real Clean Real Color watercolor markers, and I've got these, and I've got like watercolor tins. So it's not like I don't have enough watercolors. I just don't think about using them that often. I do like how pale that one is. But will that look good with everything else? I don't know. We'll just hit it again real quick. Okay. Get this out. Now I'm not using a paper towel because I don't want to soak up all my water. I mean, you could do a paper towel. Okay, Lucky Clover. Then we're going to start with that. Now I went ahead, these here, I cut out from these. So I figured give us a couple big leaves. So I cut these out, and then I've got the small leaves that came on a die with the floral. Let's try to pick up some color here. Get us some Lucky Clover, and then we're definitely going to go back in with some Rustic Wilderness. So we will have two-tone on the leaves. That one's got, what's that got on there? Like a little piece of sticky? Yeah. And this is just going wonderfully. I probably should just skip ahead, so you don't have to watch me do all this. Okay, I have an old piece of paper from my stash, pattern paper. I think it's Stamping for Less. I don't even think they're in business anymore, unfortunately. It's just got stars in the background. So what I'm thinking is kind of this layout here. And I've got thank you so much from the first or the second day of this card kit. I've got a top folding card base, And I have got some Love from Lizzie peel-ons that I think we're going to put in a diagonal right across here. And we are just going to glue down the rest of our watercolors like so. So, I have one extra florals here and one extra tiny one. I noticed I was missing a little center, so I did take a little round one that I had. Painted that real quick, so we'll put that maybe to the side. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Hope for the best here. You know what? Let's go ahead and stamp this first before we put a lot more effort into it in case I screw it up. I know for a fact I have one more sheet of this 6x6, but I'm hoping I don't have to resort to pulling it out. And yeah, that's going right about there, and I am stamping right on top of this pattern paper. Come on, this is some VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. Get that nice and right there. I'm using my Misty because just in case I screwed up, I want to make sure we can restamp it. And yeah, that looks a little bit like much, but I'm going to keep it anyway. I am not going to replace the cardstock because I squished it just a little. I mean, it's just me being me, right? And there we go. Put this over to the side and put this back on the sheet. And hope I don't lose it. Okay, we'll put that over to the side now. And yeah, let's just try to put a couple of these strips down. They're kind of a cross between a purple and a pink, I think. What would that be? I wanted to magenta. It's like all of a sudden my mouth wasn't working. Magenta. Yeah, there we go. A nice magenta piece. And I probably could have moved that down more. Come on. Put that there. And yep. That's pretty. I don't know if I might have been able to actually just use one piece, one sticker. If I would have like not wasted so much of it. I'm gonna throw that away, being as I already, if I can get it off my finger. I wasted a little bit of it. And come on, get another one. And this one we're going to try not to waste quite as much of. There we go. Oh, come on, get down there. And you and you. These look like they're two different, I think they are two different widths, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. And lastly, let's one more of these skinny ones. And get it off there. And we'll put that right there. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. I like that a lot. Thanks. Thank you so much. You know, I think purple ink might have looked pretty. I didn't use purple ink. Why are these going in all different directions? I don't know. I ain't even gonna bother cutting them down now. I'm just gonna kind of burnish them with my finger. And we are going to start gluing down florals. Should I pop them up? Just put a piece of foam tape on the back of them. Yeah, why don't we do that? Let me grab some foam tape. Okay, I've got some foam tape. We are going to put on the back of these. And we're just gonna hope everything sticks down nicely. Maybe overlap some of the leaves a little bit and some of them not so much. All depends. There's no rhyme or reason. We're just winging it with this card. Kind of, yeah, if we're gonna overlap, kind of do a little bit like that. And I just lost my center. Well, we'll stick this down and then we'll glue down the center. I don't know if the glue didn't want to stick all that great with the watercolor paper. Maybe my watercolors were still just a tiny bit wet. I'm not sure. Okay, let's get that down. I did put a block on some of these die cuts. I don't know that I put them on here. Come on. There. And now this one, I'm just using some foam tape that was in my stash. It's either, it might be scrapbook.com, it might be a Simon Says. Can I fit another one there? And if I fit another one there. Let's start on the top and see what we want to do about that space there. I mean, we always have this one. This one we have left over. So we could use that. Wait a minute, put that there. Now why? Because I don't want this really overlap or coming out of the border too much. I'm going to have to cut it most likely because we want it to be able to fit an envelope. And this is already, this panel is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so we don't have any extra like room there. Now for this final little one, before we decide the fate of our little space there, I think we're going to have to put a floral there. I think we'll just have to. Look at there. Oh, that's pretty. But yeah, we need to put this little floral kind of like right there. And that's what we're going to do. And get that out kind of right there. It's kind of between the two of them. And now for these, I am not going to put tiny little foam squares behind these, but I will put them on here, on each one. And we will just glue down the stems. Just glue these down at the bottom. See, if we can, we're going to have to hold them down there with the block, I think. But yeah, can you imagine trying to put a little piece of foam behind there? Just wouldn't work. I mean, I guess you keep cutting die cuts and stack them, but I don't even think that stacking these would quite work, because I personally think it would be impossible to get them perfectly lined up as thin as this little stem is. Come on, you. Kind of just, it's stuck to my finger and didn't want to move. No, 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 no. We want you right there. And we're going to have to be more careful with this last one because that's not exactly where I wanted this one to end up. I think I wanted it closer. But it's all good. Come on. It'll all be good. This one just a little bit like that. Don't stick to my finger. Get that off of there. There. It's almost look like lollipops. God, I hope I'm in frame. If I'm not in frame, I'm apologizing, God. And these we're going to put like this. And do we want to even? I'm not going to mess with popping these up. I'm not. I'm going to hope for the best and hope that they all stick down. And no, I don't think it looks funny that part of the florals are popped and part of them are not. You know, different dimension. When you go in a garden, not everything is as close to you. Some things might be further in the back. Okay, that's just my way of saying, like, no, I am not going to try to do this. Might just, yeah. Might be laziness. I don't know. I just, I don't know. You tell me. Am I just being ultra lazy? Okay, you can tell me. I don't know that I will take it to heart. But yes, our florals are kind of all over the place here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, let's go ahead and put our glue on the back of here. You know what? I'm going to trim this little bitty tip off first. Tip. Yep. Get our glue on the back. This is really pretty, isn't it? These blue stars. Of course, it would have been way too busy for our floral. Get our glue all over the back of here. And get this, hopefully, get this right where it needs to be. Ooh, so nice looking. Okay, this is day number 5. It's all Spellbinders except for our card base and our pattern paper and our Love from Lizzie stickers, which any pattern paper would work. You could actually just use a piece of cardstock as your diagonal, or, you know, foiled cardstock probably. Don't have to do it this way. Anyhow, day 5, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed watching me and enjoyed this card, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm and it helps me a whole bunch. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this floral. We're going to glue it on the inside because why waste such a beautiful little watercolored floral? Anyhow, if you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you. If you are, thank you. Either way, if you made it this far to the end, thank you for watching. And I will see you tomorrow. So bye-bye for now, everyone.